Hello, my dear friends. There are very few words in any language as profound and as sacred as the word mother. It is a word that carries within it the weight of love, the tenderness of care, and the quiet resilience of sacrifice, while society often celebrates achievements, success, and heroism. Some of the greatest acts of heroism happen in silence, without applause, without medals, and often without acknowledgment. These acts are the sacrifices that mothers make for their children, for their families, and for the future of humanity itself. A mother's sacrifices are not always dramatic or obvious. They do not always involve grand gestures or public recognition. More often, they live in the quiet corners of everyday life, in sleepless nights spent watching over a sick child, in meals skipped so her children can eat, in dreams deferred so her children may dream bigger. These sacrifices are silent, but their echoes are eternal. This essay seeks to honor, celebrate, and draw inspiration from a mother's silent sacrifice. It is not merely a tribute, but also a call for reflection. By understanding the depth of what mothers silently give up, we gain not only gratitude, but also motivation to live with resilience, compassion, and selflessness. One of the most extraordinary aspects of a mother's sacrifice is its silence. Unlike sacrifices that come with recognition or acknowledgement, mothers often give without expecting thanks. Their sacrifices are invisible threads woven into the fabric of their children's lives. A mother wakes before everyone else, not because anyone demands it, but because she knows her family will need her. She goes to sleep after everyone else, ensuring that tomorrow will be better for her children. This silence is not weakness, it is strength that does not seek applause. The silence also comes from a profound truth. A mother's love is not transactional. She does not give expecting to receive. She gives because love compels her to, because nurturing is ingrained into her soul, and because the joy of seeing her children thrive is itself her reward. In that silence lies one of the greatest lessons. True love and sacrifice are not about recognition, but about commitment. When we think of sacrifice, we often imagine dramatic moments, but for mothers, sacrifice lives in the everyday. From infancy, a mother gives up her rest to comfort her child. Long after the world has gone quiet, she is still awake, singing lullabies or soothing tears. Her body becomes secondary to her children's needs. She works tirelessly, often ignoring her own hunger, health, or comfort. Many mothers put aside personal ambitions to provide stability and nurture their families. The degree she never pursued, the journey she postponed, the hobbies she left behind, all become silent offerings. On the altar of her children's future, mothers often ensure their children's needs come before their own desires. A new dress, a small luxury, or even health care for herself may be delayed because she prioritizes her children's necessities. Perhaps the greatest sacrifice of all is time. A mother gives years of her life shaping, teaching, and guiding, often putting aside her own identity so her children may find theirs. These sacrifices may not make headlines, but they build nations, shape societies, and mold character. Behind every sacrifice lies a reservoir of emotional strength. Mothers carry emotional burdens that are seldom acknowledged. When a child struggles, whether in school, in friendships, or in health, a mother often bears the worry silently, not wanting to add to her child's burdens. Children may hurt their mothers with words, distance, or rebellion. Yet a mother's love endures. She forgives without keeping score. Many mothers sacrifice companionship, leisure, and sometimes even their own dreams of love and partnership to ensure their Children feel secure her love is unconditional. She is the one who stands even when the world turns away. Her sacrifices spring not from obligation but from devotion. Ironically, while society benefits from a mother's sacrifices, it often overlooks them. Mothers are expected to give as though it is their duty, their natural role. This cultural expectation diminishes the magnitude of what they do. The world celebrates leaders, inventors, and heroes, yet behind each one stands a mother who sacrificed silently to nurture greatness. Without her, society would have no foundation. This lack of acknowledgment can weigh heavily on mothers, leaving them feeling invisible, and yet they continue to give their sacrifices, though unrecognized, remain the cornerstone of progress. Think of the mother who skips meals so her children may eat, the mother who sells her jewelry so her child can pay tuition, the mother who takes on multiple jobs, bearing exhaustion silently just so her children can have a future she never had. There are countless stories of mothers walking miles to get water, sewing clothes late into the night, or standing firm as both mother and father when circumstances demand it, even in small gestures, a smile when she is in pain, encouragement when she herself is tired, or patience when she feels overwhelmed. A mother's sacrifices shine from a mother's silent sacrifices. We draw not just gratitude, but timeless lessons that can shape the way we live and lead. Every choice she makes in silence, every tear she hides, every dream she puts aside is a chapter in the book of wisdom. If we pause long enough to learn, her life becomes one of the greatest sources of motivation in a world where success is often measured by wealth, fame, or personal achievement. A mother teaches us a greater truth. True greatness is not about how much we accumulate, but about how much we give. Her selflessness is not forced. It flows naturally. She places her children's needs above her own without hesitation, embodying the principle that real fulfillment comes from service. When we learn selflessness from her example, we become better leaders, better friends, and better human beings. It teaches us to look beyond ourselves, to see the needs of others, and to realize that in giving, we also receive something far greater. Meaning and purpose. Life is never without challenges. Yet a mother stands like a pillar even when storms rage around her. She may be exhausted, drained, or even broken inside, but her love creates a strength that pushes her to keep going. It is this resilience that ensures families survive hardship. Resilience is not the absence of struggle, it is the ability to keep moving forward despite it. From her, we learn that when life becomes unbearable, love can fuel endurance. Just as she rises each day for her children, we too can face our struggles with courage, remembering that someone's smile, someone's future, might depend on our persistence. A mother's love is not transactional. She does not tally the cost of her sacrifices. She gives and gives again, even when nothing is returned. Her love is the purest form of generosity. It does not seek repayment, it does not fade with disappointment, and it does not break with rejection. This lesson is vital in a world where so many relationships are bound by conditions. If we can love like a mother loves, without keeping score, without expecting perfection, we can build relationships that endure. Her love teaches us that the highest form of strength is not power or control, but the ability to love despite flaws and failures. In her daily sacrifices, a mother rarely seeks recognition. She does not announce her efforts or demand credit for the countless ways she gives. Her humility is her greatness. She reminds us that The most important deeds in life often happen quietly, away from the spotlight. Humility is not about thinking less of oneself. It is about thinking of oneself less. By watching her, we learn that our worth is not in how loudly we proclaim our achievements, but in how much good we quietly bring to others. True impact often happens in silence. Perhaps the most inspiring lesson is perseverance. A mother does not give up when things get difficult. She does not walk away when life becomes overwhelming. She endures because she sees beyond the present struggle to the future it will create her. Perseverance is a beacon for us. It tells us that the difficulties of today do not define us, but the strength with which we endure them does. Every sacrifice, every hardship is an investment in tomorrow. If she can bear years of labor for her children's growth, then we too can bear the weight of our responsibilities with courage. Recognizing a mother's sacrifices should not leave us unchanged. It should inspire us to live differently, to live with deeper gratitude, greater awareness, and a more compassionate heart. Gratitude is not passive. It is an active response that transforms how we see ourselves and how we treat others. Saying, "Thank you," is important. But true gratitude is expressed in how we live. It is in respecting her presence, valuing her wisdom, and caring for her. In return, gratitude is shown when we listen to her stories, when we remember her sacrifices, and when we strive to ease her burdens as she once eased ours. Every opportunity we have today was built on the foundation of her sacrifices. To live with integrity, to be honest, hardworking, and principled is to honor her when we make choices that reflect goodness and responsibility. We are repaying her silent prayers for our success. A mother's compassion is universal. She cares not only for her own children, but often for others in need. She teaches us to extend kindness beyond our circle, to recognize humanity in every person. When we show compassion to strangers, we mirror her love. A mother never measures life by possessions, but by the love she shares and the relationships she builds in a materialistic world. She reminds us that true wealth lies in family, friendship, and human connection. Her sacrifices challenge us to place people above possessions, to measure life not by what we have, but by who we have. The saddest reality is that many mothers go unappreciated. We often assume her sacrifices are her duty and forget to acknowledge her humanity. Living with gratitude means refusing to take her for granted. It means recognizing her worth daily, not just on Mother's Day, but in the way we speak to her, the time we spend with her, and the honor we give her when we graduate, when we achieve a promotion. When we build a family of our own, it is not solely our triumph, it is also hers. Every milestone is the fruit of her labor. Her prayers, her sleepless nights, her silent sacrifices. Gratitude transforms every success into a tribute, reminding us that behind our victory stands her unwavering love. A mother's silent sacrifices are not just family matters. They are forces that shape humanity itself. Her selflessness, resilience, love, humility, and perseverance are lessons written not in books but in lives. Though the world may overlook them, they are the heartbeat of love, the quiet foundation upon which civilizations rise. To every mother who has ever sacrificed in silence, your love is not invisible. It lives on in the strength, character, and courage of your children. Your sacrifices are the seeds of greatness planted in the soil of love, and to us, the recipients of those sacrifices, let us not waste them. Let us live with gratitude that is both spoken and lived. Let us ensure that her sacrifices were not in vain by carrying forward her values: resilience in hardship, compassion in relationships, humility in service, and perseverance in dreams, because behind every strong person, every dreamer, every achiever, there is a mother who gave silently, who sacrificed without recognition, whose love continues to light the way.